trickery, and deception. Sounds like all of the children of the Black Sun, pretty much. They're all some fake deity or another. Rahu creates obsessive compulsive behavior, passions, and obsessions. Couldn't tell that from the children of the Black Sun, could we? His special forte is sexuality and money, jealousy, and greed. He represents social, psychic, physical, and ritual pollution and breakdown of the moral code. To Westerners, the effects of Rahu include extramarital affairs, homosexuality, polygamy, LGBTQP, suicide, abortion, ritual murder, and anything that combines sex and death in ritual form.
All that stuff you just said, you're reading it off of Google. How can I tell? Some of those words you couldn't have just spit out like that. 2, your eyes are shifting all over, you're reading, you're a fast reader, pretty good thinker. You've been doing this for a while, but all that stuff that you just claimed that we're about is wrong. That's not what we're about, that's what we're against, and that is the indoctrination that you truly believe that's what we're about without really researching any of our videos. Like my good friend Carl Meow, he'll tell you what's up.
Rahu, the Black Sun, aka Satan, is the one who is behind the joke blood over intent movement, and they tell you this. So, yes, we are at war. Don't expect there to not be drama going on and misrepresentation of things, especially the backmasking of one of my last videos.
I just want to do a shout out to this guy, my good friend Carl Meow. This guy is 200% real. He's got a heart of gold, and he's struggled. I can tell that this system, this matrix system, has not been kind to him. But, he rose from the ashes as a new phoenix, a new divine being. And this is proof of life, going through trial and error. This is what the outcome is, and it's bliss. It's almost heavenly, and this is the genuine experience. And I'm gonna go through some of his really amazing points that he mentions in this, that resonates with me 100 to 1,000%. Like, I met him and through the comment section, and he inspired me when we first met, and I'm returning the favor for him, and a lot of you do, but this guy, has made a huge impression on me right now.
Video by saying, hi all my friends, if you're my friend, if not, I'm cool, whatever.
Yo man, you ever in my neck of the woods, you're welcome at my place, anytime. My fridge door is open for you.
But, I just was watching this, flat earth vegan witch weirdness. Talk about our blood over intent brothers. And the naiveness of people. I really didn't want to get into it, but kinda, sometimes it's fun, just to play. But this girl really needs to just stop. She's like, you're sitting outside and see a bee's nest and you decide to walk up and start pissing on it. And you wonder why you get stung. That's
right.
kind of what's happening, I believe. I just looked on one of our last videos and 90 comments about all of us. About over 10 people. I did mine, I don't know, a year and a half ago or so. And, I don't really notice any difference afterwards or nothing like that. And even if there was, it would have to take a rock from a friggin' spaceship to friggin' make me realize something happened. But, I wish everything was all good for us. I wish everybody would understand what we see.
That's right. Me too.
Quasi-Luminous, when I first ran into him out of nowhere, it blew me away. And then I went back and did some research on what he said. And I was like, holy shit. And I'll go back and listen to him a little bit more. And then I'll go back and do some more research. And then I'll go back and listen to him a little more. And I'll go back and do some research. Before I realized, a couple of months have elapsed, that boy slipped in some good acid.
Yeah, that's right. I haven't done it though. I wish.
He got brought up right. He got put into the right situation to see. He got in the right energy, the right flow. He jumped in the right puddle. Out of anyone there is in the world to follow. Yeah, he calls himself Satan.
He does that because when they tell you that space is fake, like this witch, or if you're trying to challenge someone's beliefs, you're gonna you're gonna say I'm Satan. I'm Satan too. Then, right? It's to get your mind, the person's mind going, as in they know who or what Satan looks like and is, so they're going to compare you to the two and say you're none of the like. And that's the point, is to get your mind going. And you're spot on with this, brother.
Jeez. What Donald Trump calls himself, is like he's the greatest person in America. Basically Jesus.
Yeah, that thing too. I don't remember voting for Trump or Hillary. When it comes to politics, it's kind of rigged, and in the Simpsons episode, they kind of rub it in your face that it's such a coincidence that it happened like that, you know what I mean? And if you're really thinking, you're going to say it wasn't a coincidence at all. But if you're an atheist, indoctrinated belief system, then you're going to just not believe it until you get hit with a space rock.
He's fucking Jesus. I'm going with fucking Satan. Simply said. Trump, they can be worse. Like, I don't know who, but Hillary, they're all the same fucking stupid ass. Fucking.
Yeah, Obama's a war criminal, and he's actually a bum that they took off the streets, and that's why his campaign was keep your money, I want change. And Obama's like the Illuminati, the Illuminazis, because they're not really illuminated, they're not sharing the light, they're hiding it, and they're extremely Nazis. Like, they are the white superior race. They don't want mixed race in their club or their lodges.
Political fucks. All they're in it for is money.
Yep.
Money and death.
Yeah, power, control.
But I just want you guys to pick your battles out there. Some of these people you're not gonna be able to get through because they're dead. They're the, you know, what in video games you call them, like the computer controlled people, or they got no soul. They got, you know, and they're not even aware. They don't know.
You're right,
They're
brother.
just, I'm pretty sure if you close your eyes, they're not there. When you open them, poof. You know, I don't know. You know, I've met a couple people, you know, and I look at them, I talk with them for a while, and they say they understand me, and I look at them like, you, and I really come right out and say, you have a soul. Yeah, I got a soul, I feel, you know. I don't know if they understand what I'm saying at all.
That's why you test them. Drop gems.
It's like that, you know, old saying, pearls before swine. You cannot tell somebody something that they're not ready to hear. About a year ago, my mom's on my YouTube, so she'll hear this. About a year and a half ago, I was living with her. And, you know, I was into the flat earth idea. I was into, about that time is when I was, a little before that, I ended up seeing quasi-luminous and, you know, getting into all of this stuff. What is it? Like the psi, some word I want to say, but I can't think of it right off the top of my head. But, I was telling my mom, you know, about a flat earth idea and, you know, pointing stuff out. There was one morning, me and my mom's husband, Caleb, we were driving to work, and you could literally see the moon, and you could see the shadow on the moon, and you can see the sun. It was coming up, and the shadow of the moon, the waxing, whatever they call it, and shit like that, the reflection was not aimed directly at the sun. So I was pointing that out to my friend, you know, look, dude, that is, you know, they say that's a reflection of for the earth and the sun, and blah, blah. How can that be when you see them both the same freaking time? Really, I'm sure it made him think. About a year later now, my mom's a flat earther. You know, they understand.
That's what Quasi said, you know. Like, your mom doesn't have to spill your blood. You've spilt your blood for your bloodline, so you've saved your family, and within 365 days, you'll have them awaken. And this is proof of it. I've got my twin flames proof up. You know, your children don't have to do it because they're already innocent. You know, it's up to us thinking people to do this.
Where I was coming from, a lot of this shit. These people have got to get in their own rabbit hole. They got to get into their own time, their own whatever, instead of being stopped by their own ideas and their own prejudices and their own limitations of themselves. To know that everything that you've been taught, everything that you think that is you, is wrong. You have to basically wash it all away. Go.
That is just good stuff, man. That is some biblical stuff right there. You know, you do have to cleanse yourselves of your old habits, right? You know, I've done a lot of bad shit in my life, and blood over intents helped me, you know, walk the straight and narrow. You know, I'm not telling you that's what you have to do, but, you know, if you want to get there, you kind of want to stay out of trouble, and if it's for the benefit of all, then, you know, you're not going to be Ivanta Humpalot, the witch.
Tool song, you know, wash it all away. And pick up the pieces afterwards. Take what pieces that you want back, and the other ones, push aside, and you build that new you. It makes a lonely life. You know, once you come back out of it all, it makes a lonely life. Like, you know, I used to have a lot of friends around me all the time.
Yeah, my grandpa used to say that to me. You want to know who your friends are, put the bottle down and sober up. And I look around me and, you know, my friends ain't here, but my brothers and sisters, they're out there, and, you know, they're only a screen away.
I got some of you that I hang out with and talk to. Kel, Destiny there. You're awesome, bro.
They're awesome too.
Guy I met, he's basically last couple of videos I've only been doing it because I see him so much spreading the truth. Makes me want to push out there some more ideas, more.
Bring your ideas, brother, man. You know, like you said, you gotta have fun. You know, these dead people, they're dead. You know, and if they're against us, they're against us. And like you said, you can't beat a dead horse, or you can only beat a dead horse so far. But yeah, you gotta, you know, we gotta dig deep in these rabbit holes. Like I've dug pretty deep into my stuff, and I know a lot of people don't agree with it, but that's not the point. You know, the truth isn't agreeable. The truth is the truth. And this guy right here, Carl, Meow, is the truth.
I'm alive. I'm here. There ain't very many of us left, but I'm here. Oh, I got stupid. Get rid of this girl. Living. But, I've just been running through. I like talking to people through these YouTube comments. I've been finding a lot of people. This one guy, Blood Over Intent, Kai Destiny, or something like Kel Destiny, or something like that. Real cool guy. I recommend him. Find him. Blood Over Intent. Cool. Another thing, Blood Over Intent. I've been seeing that shit get publicized way too much now. It's almost like I don't want to be part of it anymore because it's getting. What?
This is before, you know, there was like a huge wave of shit going on. Huge wave of shit with the Black Messiah and a lot of accusations and shit, but we're all past that now. Kind of, you know, I'm showing you like the after and before of this man, and you know, he hasn't lost his mind. This is, you know, purging, and you know, when you're purging, you're vulnerable to your old fears, and that's what fear really is. You know, there's nothing to fear but fear itself, and you know, you're your own creator. You create your own fears, right? And fear is, you know, only false evidence appearing real. So when somebody says that, you know, this is a cult or it's demonic or possessive, that's their indoctrinated fear of too many horror movies. You know, I love horror movies. There's no better feeling than, you know, when you're alive, is feeling scared for your life. And I've had my experiences with entities in my past life before Blood Over Intent, and you know, and it is some scary shit. Like when you're thinking the way you are after getting out of school, and you know, you're how you objectify women, and like just how you're raised up through the system, because the school system, you know, it teaches you a lot, but how they teach you is they tell you that you don't know shit, and then they tell you how it is and what to do, and that's how most of these people are. these zombies, they expect evidence. They expect space rocks to hit them right on top of the fucking head so that they will believe. And then that's the kind of evidence that they look for, and a lot of it's overlooked. They think of aliens, man, they're really demons, but they're really aliens because you can't really say alien or demons have advanced technology, right? So there's a lot of contradicting stuff, but it's up for you, to map it out and really look at it, even if they say it's a hoax or it's a fraud. Write it down and compare it to what they say, and what is they said is a lie, and then have the truth in another column on another side to show the truth. So then you can show them right in front of their face the evidence, and you know what, they still won't believe it.
Pushed through, it's getting messed up. People are making money off it. Like my friend there, just showing the Black Messiah guy making fucking cash out in a friggin' real idea. You're not supposed to make money off of anything that's real.
You shouldn't make money off the truth, and that's what he's saying here, and I agree 100%. Like when Robin Hood robbed the rich to give it to the poor, he didn't really keep any of that money for himself, so it was kind of selfless, and that's why he couldn't really be stopped, because he wasn't doing it for himself. And that's what this Black Messiah is. This is why he fell off. He was an idolizer of Quasi, and then he got personal on him and started a whole bunch of shit. And it created all this false fears, and I'm being 100% real. A lot of us are being 100% real. This guy, Carl Meow, is, 100% real, and I stand with him. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. This guy is the bee's knees.
Money is for the lie, it's for the evil, it's for the fake. You can't make... The richest people in the world are the ones, like, CEOs at Marlboro that kill millions of people every...
Yes, they do that, it's the rich that they care about, the rich that they want to get the money from. They don't care about us working class. We're nothing more than just the working class. We're just servants. You look around, that's all people are doing, is providing a service, and that's what a company does. A corporation makes you become a part of that service in order to, appease these ignorant, spoiled rich bastards, and they don't give two shits, because you know what, they think they need that new phone, that new shit right now. They don't care who else has got it, they gotta have it. And that's what makes this world so fucked up, is because we, in order to have, we have to take. So now, they keep taking from the poor and the poor and the poor, and they get poorer, and the rich are just taking and taking, and that's all they're doing, is they're just going around picking up shit, dropping it, to pick something else up, to drop it, to walk across the room and pick that up, to drop it for something else. And that's kind of how they go about their days. And, I'm enjoying this slavery until it's time to go plant seeds. And you know what? That's when the journey really begins for me. Other than that, I'm just waking people up with whatever means I can. And you know what? Everything is out there for you to use, and it's been rubbed in your face, so might as well remove it from your face and rub it into somebody else's, I guess, until they wake up. But I love and worship you all, and I'm gonna keep it real, 100.